Center stops its events at 10 p.m. So we're not, I don't think we're hurting people too badly here. We're also talking about, for the pavilion, we would like to stop events at dusk. We have run events till 11 o'clock in the pavilion. We think that the park, the lighting is not there to do events. I mean, we've lit the roadway, but you step off the roadway and you're in the dark, and we think that that presents some danger. So when it starts to get dark, we want to be able to shut down those pavilion events. Also, running pavilion events after it gets dark is also kind of it's affecting the neighbors negatively. They have music playing or people talking and so forth.
Well, what's our policy now?
Well, there really is none.
Okay.
I mean, what we've been operating...
Why would we stop the pavilion? What's dusk in the summertime?
Dusk in the summertime would be 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Dusk in October, for example, would probably be 5 p.m., even 6 p.m.
There's no lights in the pavilion?
Well, there are lights in the pavilion, but the real problem is there are no lights throughout the rest of the park. We have lit the roadway, but that's all we've lit. I mean, we don't have lights in the grass.
I think dusk is reasonable. I think it's a neighborly thing to do, and obviously to have a policy in place that we can enforce on a regular basis will help with the operation there. I think dusk is very good.
Then again, when the next category is time slots, what we're looking at there...
I think we can... Okay, so we...
Well, I'm doing this for the public as well. I just want to try and make sure, because I think people need to understand why we're doing certain things. In the mansion, for example, we run 3 time slots, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. We need an hour in between to change out whatever the configuration is, clean up, etc. Noon to 5 p.m., and then we run from 6 to 11. We'd like to be able to have that as a policy directive to be able to cover us and protect us. It also allows us for multiple utilization of the mansion. Same thing in terms of the pavilion.
I think, Mr. Nowotnik, you're proposing that we look at this, correct?
Yes.
So I don't think it's really appropriate to sell it to the public yet, because we haven't made a determination what we're going to do yet.
Right.
So I think we can read this. I think what I'm understanding, for capacity of people, you're suggesting 100 people.
Right.
What's our capacity limitation now? I don't think there is any.
Well, technically there is. I mean, we tell people physically that if you want to have a sit-down event, that basically you can't fit more than about 100 people in there.
What if you want to have a stand-up?
All right, if you want to have a stand-up event, we've had as many as 150 to 175 in there.
Okay.
Maximum capacity is 180.
Right.
All right, we've exceeded that because people have, for certain weddings and so forth, they have put up additional tents that they've put up behind, for example, behind the mansion or alongside the mansion for a wedding. We've had weddings up there or bar mitzvahs up there that have been 250 people.
All right, perfect. So I think we have a pretty clear idea of what you're proposing here, and we can would you put this online so that people at home can look at it if they want?
And that's exactly what we were intending on doing.
Good. And then please send your comments. If you have comments at home, you have a particular, please send those. Yep.
I have 2 quick comments. First, the proposed rental agreement, is that the current agreement or is that a new one?
No, this is what we are proposing to rewrite. We'd appreciate your learned eye on it.
Can you send the old one as well?
Should we?
Can you distribute the old one?
Sure.
So we can compare?
I was under the impression there was going to be some sort of suggestions or proposals of pricing for the nonprofits.
Right.
Well, if you look down a little bit lower, what we've done is we're recommending some fee changes on the pricing matrix.
Yes.
All right, and if you look in the agreement on page 2, we have suggesting here a 50% discount will be applied for nonprofit organizations upon receipt of a copy of an IRS 501c3 authorization and acceptable certificate of insurance naming the town of Rye as an additional insured. So,
what's the current policy?
That's more or less the current policy, except
discount?
not a 50% discount. It's 100% free.
Right. That's what I thought. Yeah.
And this is for multiple uses. multiple times of use throughout the year? Or
We did not distinguish there. I mean, the feeling here was this is a starting point for us. We wanted to put something hard down on paper so that first the council can provide some input, and then perhaps we could have a couple of public hearings to review, what the council has finally decided to put forth to the public.
Good. Well, listen, I thank you for presenting that. What I'd like to encourage the board members is to circulate via email your comments and questions to Mr. Nowotnik, and hopefully then we can agree a policy at the next board meeting. And again, people at home, we'll put it on the website. If you have comments and questions on the policy, please feel free to send us your emails, comments, and questions.
Okay?
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Markowitz, any comments, questions?
No.
Mr. Burns? Okay, just quickly, how are we doing on collections? Isn't this your collections report here? Oh, is that Mr. Mecca's going to talk to that? Sorry, I didn't know who was doing that. I apologize, Mr. Mecca.
Good evening, Honorable Supervisor Carvin, members of the Town Council, Nicholas Mecca, 45 Alto Avenue, Portchester. We are now in the really height of the collection for school payments, and if anyone that is responsible to make their payment has not done so or who has not received a blue bill, please contact the office because you have 10 days before you will be penalized 2% for being late. Also, we are up and running on the website for online payment. Behind the bill will tell you how to go and to access it. There's a certain formula you have to go through, kind of create your own private entrance that you can go in, look up your bill, and this happens to be my brother's bill, which I actually downloaded from the website, and this could have been paid right online. So that's up and running. And I would suggest that everybody take a look at it and see. We have been questioned, will there be past or future bills online? Yes, there will. This is the starting point. This one begins now. We're trying to go along for December to get the village second payment for Portchester. Then the second payment for schools, of course, will already be online because the first ones are. And then second payment of the village of Rybrook, and we get into April of next year, and then we'll be fully online. So please try it. It just takes a little time to get yourself acquainted with it and to set yourself up as far as your own personal password. And again, I think you'll find it very interesting. We are also in the midst of some in-rem proceedings. We have received some money even as far as today. We've had some money come in from the sales of the last in-rem, and we are currently working that out as to what is accounts receivable and belongs to the town of Rye. And I'm also billing these new buyers going forward because, let's take the school bills. Some of these people closed the other day on the 16th. Well, the bill cycle runs from the 1st of September till next year, so we have to bill them for all that period of time, and they will get a separate bill, which they have so been informed. Before all was said and done, they were informed that there would be a separate bill for current taxes. So other than that, I received...
Well, you mentioned in-rem. Maybe this is a good opportunity for you, Mr. Noto. Where do we stand with our in-rem situation?
Well, there's two in-rems. The 2009 in-rems, of which we now are having closings on the foreclosure sales, what Mr. Mecca is referring to. Those closings are taking place this month. And
so I'm confused. What do you mean there's two in-rems?
Well, there's a 2009 in-rem, which we commenced in 2009, which was 72 parcels, and we ended up foreclosing on, I think, about 15, and we had a foreclosure sale, and we're having closings now where people are actually going to closings and paying for those foreclosed properties.
Okay.
This year...
So have all those properties closed?
Not all of them,
No, I think 3 still have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that money is coming into the tax office.
I just wanted to say, I'll provide a schedule to the board for next meeting of the status through, through September 30th, because we just closed on 4 of the properties, and we just received the money, actually it was deposited today.